Actually, because I'm happy to have a representative here from one of Germany's, I dare to say, large tour operators on cycle, and you have a long experience of the business.
We are the largest.
You are the largest, even. So, please, tell us, how should we do in Scandinavian countries?
I don't know how you can do it, I just know how we did it. Actually, I don't really know how we did it, but I have got some ideas how we may have done it, and I will talk about those. This is the company I'm talking about. It's Radwegreisen. We are actually largest tour operator for cycle tours in Germany, actually in Switzerland as well. And we sell products. And we sell 450 different bike tours, self-guided tours, fully organized tours, European tours. This is what we normally think is our product. This is how well we do in selling the product. That's last 10 years. The company is 10 years old and is growing. And I ask myself, why is the company growing? I'm not so sure why. Because I don't think this is actually our product. This is how we think about the product. But I don't think the customer agrees upon that. I think the customers have a completely different idea of our product. Let's talk about the best-selling product. It's Lake Constance, Bodensee area. The company is situated there, and the very best-selling product out of a range of about 20 different bicycle tours around Lake Constance is a 8-day, 7 nights tour. It contains 7 nights luggage transportation every day, a rental bike, and some other minor services. This is what we think might be our product. But I think a customer has a very, very different idea of the product. This is what our customers want to have. That's not a service, it's a landscape. Or it's specific roads. Maybe it's being together with their friends and families, or it's moving their bodies. Joy, taste. Maybe it's even comfort. The comfort of not having to transport their own luggage. Maybe this is an important part. I don't know. Maybe it's even something which is outside of the product, which is not in the catalog. This is our catalog. It contains 450 bicycle tours, 450 products, possibly. And what is not in the catalog are all those tours that we do not sell. So maybe the customer asks us to do a pre-selection of tours. This is definitely not part of the product, it's outside. But we don't only sell to customers. A customer here would be a cyclist. We have different kinds of customers. And if you look to the map of all those 450 different tours, only 1/3 of those tours are fully operated by us. That's in South Germany and Switzerland. We do all the payments to the hotels, the booking to the hotels. It's our cars doing the suitcases from hotel to hotel, and so on. But outside, 2/3 of our products are produced by other tour operators, like somebody in Sweden, somebody in Denmark, somebody in northern Germany. And this is us. And this is only a fraction of our partners, all those tour operators outside of our home area. Everybody does incoming. We do incoming for South Germany. They do incoming, let's say, to North Germany. So if we sell a North Sea cycle route bike tour to one of our customers, it's another company operating the tour for us. At the same time, this company may sell Bodensee bike path packages, which we produce. So we are partnering. We are doing incoming for each other, and at the same time we are competing because we both want to receive those bookings. This is a strange situation because I don't know, are they my friends or are they my enemies? And at some points they are my customers because they want to make business with us. And they have specific needs, and they have completely different needs than a cyclist. I don't sell a landscape to a business partner. Maybe I sell loyalty, quick payment, profit, or something else to those business partners. And to fulfill those needs, we decided, let me just go back to that slide. Just imagine this is 65 different companies worldwide that we are cooperating with at the moment. If I want to visit all those 65 companies within 1 year, the year would be too short. I don't make it. They are in New Zealand, in America, in Switzerland, and everywhere. And this is a hell lot of time and money that I need to spend to visit for cooperation talks with all those companies. And that's one of my needs to go there, because I want to see the faces of my partners. And they want to see me. And they want to see each other. So basically, everybody wants to see everybody once, at least once a year. And this is one of the needs of my business partners. They make about 30% of my turnover, those business partners. It's an important part. And what we decided was to help everybody meet each other. And we just started in, I think it was 2008 for the first time, a conference. We called it Cycle Summit. Cycle Summit is a conference once a year where all my competitors come together and I help them do business with each other. I don't help them doing business with me, but with each other. This is very different. I try to fulfill their needs. But in the long term, I probably have got some advantage, because at least one advantage, I can walk to Cycle Summit. They have to fly to go there. But now let's go back and look at one of our products, Bodensee Radweg bicycle tour. Or let's look at the area, basically, because this is something what, for the rest of the talk, I want to give you an idea of our strategy, how we design the product, how we approach marketing. This is a lot of numbers. The most important part is that there are about 190,000 bicycle tourists cycling once around the lake every year, and they can be divided in two groups. One group that is looking for a package, like a package sold by a tour operator like me, and then there's the other group, 95%, that's individual travelers, those organizing everything by themselves. That was the wrong button. Okay, so the big part, the red part, is not my customers. Only the small blue slice at Lake Constance bicycle tourism is either my customers or my competitors' customers. Luckily, most of the time it's my customers. And when I started the company, actually the year before I started the company, I was a student and I was doing a summer job at one of my nowadays competitors' workshops. I tried to learn how to fix my own bike, so I spent my summer working there. And what I found out was that that company, I won't tell you the name now, but that company was afraid of their own customers. Why? Because they experienced that customers booked a Bodensee bike tour. They received all the road books, the itineraries, all the information, the names of the hotels, and then they canceled. They said, thanks for the information, that was a free book. And they said, woo, they are cheating us. And what they did, they stopped mailing all the information until cancellation fee was high enough for them to make sure that that nobody cancels just for receiving information. And I thought, this is a bad attitude. I don't want to distrust my customers. I want to help them fulfill their need. And if that is the need, then I will just turn myself into a publishing company, if necessary. But I want to fulfill needs. So what I did not do, I was not afraid of somebody sitting in the blue slice and me being afraid of them hopping out into the other side. I tried to do the opposite. I tried to attract as many blue people to become, red people to become blue, in a way. How did I do that? I set up a website, that's the old website, about cycling at Lake Constance. Not about my products, but about cycling. So everybody who visits my website, we call them a user, we try to help the users not to become our customers. If they don't want to book a trip, we help them find out how to do it by themselves. We list all hotels, we recommend hotels, we give all the information that is necessary to not become our customer. At the end, this website was very, very, very well frequented, and we received many customers. Thankful customers. And you remember the growth rate? I think this was one of the most important factors why we, out of kind of nothing, just next door to that former competitor of mine, or still competitor of mine, who was market leader at that time, we started a 1 or 2 person company, which is now the biggest in Germany for bicycle tours. Probably it was that idea. So we did not communicate a brand for cycle tours. We communicated a service at a destination. So the company, the former company name actually was Bodensee Radweg Service. The service at Lake Constance bicycle path. And that worked well. So what we did was another service at another bike path, and a third one, fourth one, fifth one, and so on. So we set up many, many websites. Actually, it was 41 websites for, let me say, the 41 most important bike paths in more or less Germany. And then I stopped. I said, well, the 42nd bike path is no more that important to spend as much money as necessary to set up all those websites. We needed to change the strategy. The 41st website was the last best-selling part, and all the others became the long tail. And long tail marketing is completely different from bestseller marketing. So we needed a different approach. And I want to encourage why we were so eager to get there by another number. Forget everything but the last line. That's basically your numbers. By my opinion, there are about 5 million German cycle tourists. I want them to become my customers. And this is my most important my most important website of a bike path, the second most, the third most, and so on. And they become decreasing important. And at some point, we stopped that approach. Altogether, I estimate on those 41 most important bike paths, we think there are about 1 million bicycle tourists altogether. There are 5.4 bike tourists in Germany at all. So there is 4.4 bike tourists somewhere else. And I wanted to find out where they are. I thought, and I still think, they are in the long tail, in the sum of all niche bike paths, in those bike paths which don't have names, don't have signposts, don't have books about them. My father travels, I can't even pronounce those names in English, between 2 villages. That's his favorite bike route, to go from Stupferich to Grünwettersbach. Even in German, that sounds funny. There is no bike path, and I wanted him to give everybody else, especially Google, some information about that bike path. And the result was a web project, which is BikeMap, bikemap.net. Bikemap.net contains bicycle routes worldwide, uploaded, described by users. There's at least one around here, actually it's 3,000 around here. That's how it looks like. It's available in Danish and Swedish. I think it's in Norwegian as well, I don't know. It's all user translated. So if you discover a language that you want BikeMap to have in, just drop me a line and you will be the translator. That's how it worked and how we got it. I think it's 23 different languages by now. The result is BikeMap was rapidly growing, much faster than I even hoped. So this is the growth rate of BikeMap. It's a 60% growth rate every year. Last year we have got 150 million page impressions. This is already interesting to sell just banners on the website. And right after we started with BikeMap, I made a decision that BikeMap looks too good to be used as a marketing tool for my bicycle tours. And I turned it into a company. Another successful company, by the way. And I'm lucky we did that. You need to look very closely to find my own tours on BikeMap. still, because I find it more interesting to use bike map as if there was no company connected to it. And by now, bike map is the largest, I think. I don't know any larger cycle website with more traffic than bike map. What we did, let's just go back here. We had to solve some problems with bike map, for bike map, which was how to display 1 million routes on Google Maps. That was not easy in 2007, it's still not easy now. And we solved those problems. We is a bunch of programmers, which I really admire. And we turned out with a solution which worked pretty well for us. And phones and emails started to drop in asking us, well, can you do that for us? And we said, no, we are just a website, we are not an agency. And the names behind those emails and phone calls became bigger and bigger, and at some point I did another decision. I said, well, if the demand is there for that solution, forget about bike map. Let's concentrate on the solution. What we did, we extracted the technology we produced only for bike map to solve our own problems into a piece of software, which now is called Map Toolkit. I won't talk more than 3 sentences about Map Toolkit, but I just want to give you an idea that again, we totally flipped around and did something else. Now we sell Map Toolkit much more successfully than bike map. The core product of that company, the company name is Toursprung, it's in Vienna, is Map Toolkit. And if you look to a few national tourism websites and they have good maps, it's usually Map Toolkit. If you look to Runner's World, to Discover in Austria, and to other websites which have high traffic, high concentration of data on their websites, they may ask us to solve their problems, which developed from a marketing idea how to promote my own bicycle tours. We ended up selling software. This happens. I'm happy with that. That's one of those websites. So for us, a core idea is to concentrate first on the need of our customers, whoever the customer is, either a cyclist or a company or whoever. And they have very, very different needs, and it's very difficult to find out what the need of a cycle customer is. I still really don't know. If I talk to 10 of my customers, I get at least 10 different answers. But it's never that they book that package containing what I expected. It's always something else. And the strategy behind. The strategy that I mentioned, that I was not afraid to fulfill the need of my customers, even if on the first glance it seemed as if this would not help me sell my products. Because on the long run, I was always successful with selling some product at least. Thank you.